The massive Nintendo Switch eShop sale continues, and if you missed the last Saturday's video, pin that one down below as the majority of those deals, they are still live. Now today, however, I'm going to be taking you through 13 more of my favourites, covering the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. Remember then, as always, we do have 2 winners coming up later in this video for 2 $10 eShop gift cards. We do this every single week, and then there's 2 more to give away in next Saturday's video. You enter by dropping a comment down below. Alright, so with that, subscribe if you enjoy the video, it supports the channel a huge amount, and let's get into this. Signalis is up first, matching the low price with 30% off. Now, if you are a fan of sci-fi or horror, Signalis should be at the top of your list. This game is an absolute gem. I'd describe it as a classic survival horror experience featuring scarce resources and then this dystopian retro tech future. Now, in Signalis, you control a replica, navigating a surreal world in search of a missing partner. Now, the backdrop here, it's a future society where humans and androids, they coexist while colonizing the solar system. Along this journey, they'll expect to face numerous enemies and puzzles, and it's also worth noting, while it's mostly an asymmetric experience, the game occasionally switches to a first-person perspective, and I really enjoyed those moments. My only complaint is that the story can sometimes get a little too convoluted for its own goods. Now, for more details, check out my full review in the pinned comment below. Persona 5 Strikers matches the low price with 70% off. It's a warrior spin on the Persona formula, and it is incredibly well executed. The main reason this game stands out is its balanced approach to combat, favouring narrative and exploration before kind of diving into, I guess, arena-styled fights, but that reflects the core Persona series perfectly. Here then, you'll join the Phantom Thieves on a road trip across Japan during summer vacation as they once again take down corruption, and it looks incredible, it runs well, and it has an incredible soundtrack to match. My full review can be found in the pinned comments. Sonic Frontiers is also on sale, and now we're getting a new low price of 65% off. Now, transparently, this game isn't without its issues, but it's genuinely a fun experience, and sometimes that is all that matters. Now, basically, what you're getting here is a unique spin on the classic character, blending high-speed action with an open-world approach. This setup lets you dash through massive locations, but then you also get to dive into levels reminiscent of iconic Sonic scenarios. And yeah, I hope it gets a sequel one day personally, as I would love to see where they take things next. Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp is now on sale with a fantastic discount of 33% off. That is a new low price. Now, this gem breathes new life into the beloved turn-based strategy series, allowing you to take command of Andy, Max, Sammy and other commanding officers, and each of them has their own unique specialties and potent abilities, like Andy's unit repairs and Sammy's enhances those troops. This can really turn the tides of battle. It also then features 2 full campaigns, Advance Wars 1 and 2, and it even features local and online multiplayer. Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time is a must-play for fans of the classic platforming series, and here it's back with 50% off, that's matching the low price. Now, if you have a soft spot for 3D platformers with tight gameplay, this installment just a perfect pickup. I just like the fact it stays true to the franchise's roots while introducing new features such as playable characters with unique abilities and quantum masks that grant special powers. Yes, this game is incredibly challenging as a warning, but that's part of what makes Crash, well, I guess, Crash, and that difficulty level also adds a huge sense of reward. Personally, I've revisited this entry multiple times, and I always discover something new. You can check out my full review in the pinned comments. COCOON is a masterpiece, now available at a 40% discount, reaching a new low price. While I have yet to review it on the channel, COCOON comes from the lead gameplay designer of Limbo and Inside, and it does not disappoint. Essentially, it's a puzzle adventure game that's as intriguing as it is unique. So in COCOON, you'll find yourself navigating through worlds that exist within these orbs, which you can carry, and then you use them to leap between locations. You're basically rearranging them as needed. Now, it might sound complex. It's actually quite intuitive, however, once you do get the hang of it. And on this journey, expect to uncover new abilities and explore alien environments. And yet, in my opinion, COCOON is one you don't want to miss. F.I.S.T. Forged in Shadow Torch is back with a 60% discount matching its low price, and this game is a great Metroidvania, and I actually reviewed it here on the channel. Find that in the pinned comment below. But in this world, you're going to be playing as a rabbit armed with a massive metal fist that actually boasts various functions from drills to devastating attacks. The story, you were once part of a resistance that has since disbanded, but you're called into action once again when your friends go missing. The narrative unfolds around an evil force that controls the town and its population, and problems-wise, it looks okay, but it's for sure rough around the edges on the hardware, and there is some minor slowdown as well. This said though, look, more than anything, I just really enjoyed the world, and the platforming is top quality, so yeah, I think it's worth an add to the library. Return to Monkey Island has been long awaited by point-and-click fans, despite initial uncertainties, let's call it, about the visuals. Personally, I really ended up liking them, but this game excels in its writing and its humour, perfectly capturing just the essence of the series. This is one I personally did grow up on. Now, of course, the cast is as likeable as ever, and the game does a fantastic job of appealing to both newcomers and longtime fans. Now, the storyline involves recounting the adventures of uncovering the secret of Monkey Island to our son, but true to form, it features some brilliantly crafted puzzles, and yeah, it's worth knowing as well, finally, this installment actually picks up immediately after the events of Monkey Island 2. Then, finally, it is a new low price, 50% off. Def's Gambit Afterlife is up next, and this one is a game I originally played on PlayStation before getting my hands on the Switch build, and it's a self-described hardcore 2D action platformer, but this edition goes ahead and expands the entire content. It actually features 10 new levels, 30 new weapons, 5 new boss fights, as well as technical game adjustments. And this is a huge game to begin with, but also just a fantastic time. So think Metroidvania in design, new moves and weapons allow you to traverse further into the game world. Additionally then, on top of all of this, we get character classes, new game plus, and customization options. It's a real winner of a game, and it's now available at a new low price, 45% off. Chronos Before the Ashes is a fantastic gateway into the Souls-like genre. It's now available at 60% off, a new low price, and basically it offers a more accessible Souls-like experience, so you can expect third-person exploration and combat that captures the essence of Souls mechanics, but without that constant sense of dread and difficulty. Basically, it's easier than most, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. The unique twist in this one, however, is that each time your character dies, they age. So while advancing age can diminish some of your physical power, it will benefit you by enhancing your wisdom and magical abilities, which offers a really unique approach to progression. All of this is then set in a visually impressive sci-fi inspired world where you are on a quest to save your home. It's also worth noting that this is a prequel to the game Remnant from the Ashes that's also on Switch now, but no prior knowledge is necessary to dive into this one. Also, I do want to say, sadly, that release, it's not on sale currently. John Ray is our first winner of the week. Then they highlighted a little with them the fact they've never seen it discounted, and I don't think I have either. It's a shame too, because I think the game is a gem. I actually reviewed it here on the channel. It gets this real nice balance between kind of farm sim, but then a smaller dose of action as well that kept me personally, coming back. Congrats on the win though, John. Drop me an email for the code, and everyone else, watch out for a second winner coming up here shortly in the video. Outer Wilds is on sale then with a new low price of 40% off. Now in this open world of mystery, you play as a recruit of Outer Wild Adventures, a space program exploring a solar system trapped in an endless time loop. Your job, unravel the secrets of this strange situation. What I like is each planet in Outer Wilds, it changes over time. So for example, you can visit an underground city before it's overtaken by sand, or watch as a planet crumbles beneath your feet. Just a few examples from the game description on the eShop, as you definitely want to go into this one spoiler free. Now this version I'm featuring as well, it includes the Echoes of the Eye DLC, which extends out that adventure. However, if you're not 100% sure you need that, you can grab just the base game for around $8 less than you're seeing on screen. Now problems wise, this version, not the best looking, with occasional stutters and performance issues. Yet despite these, hiccups, this game, in my opinion, is a masterpiece. Wildfrost gets a new low price with 30% off. It is well worth it. This one's a tactical roguelike deck builder that transports you to a world where the sun has frozen over. The story, basically, you're going to find yourself in a town where its residents, they stand as the last defense against perpetual winter. Expect to hear a combination of strategic deck building and roguelike mechanics, and Yeah, this means build out a deck of cards and combine that with elemental items. I'm going to be redoing my best deck builders video very soon, and this will absolutely be featured. Chris is our next winner. Then they shouted out the fact that Xenoblade Chronicles 3 and Fire Emblem Engage are both on sale right now as well. I haven't featured them as we've seen them a couple of bucks cheaper historically, and honestly, it's kind of the same old Nintendo 30% discount, but definitely games worth adding to your library. I know the DLC's on offer as well. That's definitely worth a look. Congrats on the win though, Chris. Drop me an email for the code, and everyone else, drop a comment down below for your chance in next week's video. Master Detective Archives Rain code is fantastic, and right now we get a new low price of 30% off. If you want weird as well, for sure come here. It comes from the same minds who created Danganronpa, and with this one, you're going to be stepping into the shoes of a detective in training, haunted and guided by a ghost, navigating a town filled with mysteries. The storytelling hooked me right from the start, and it dives into some incredibly dark themes. But just as a heads up with this one, the game is very unique. I'd recommend watching maybe a few Fall of Refuse just to get the gist of the different mechanics, as there's simply too many for me to list right here. Overall though, if you're into detective games with a twist, this one's worth every penny, especially at this discounted price. And that is the video down. Will you be checking out any of these games? Let us know in the comments. If you have any recommendations of your own as well right now, you know, it's a big sale. Would love to hear about them too. So with that, a shout out to the patrons and the channel members who are going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. It helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. Then hit subscribe, join us here for reviews, deals, news and lists daily, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.